Break your leg. That's my sister saying that. Well, on behalf of the Cedar Springs Community Players and the Kent Theater, thank you so much for coming tonight. Really appreciate it. I want to thank the actors, the crew, and the band. They put in so much time, and I hope you enjoy the show. Should be a lot of fun. We have an intermission at the end of the first act, so you can get more concessions if you want. Probably be about 50 minutes into the show. Please don't take any pictures during the show, and silence your phones if you don't mind. No loud talking, but loud laughter is fine. This story was kind of inspired by my niece, my sister's daughter, who is a prison guard in with all male prisoners. Okay, and it's kind of like a lot of marriages, that's the way I figured it out. But, so I hope you enjoy the show, and thank you for coming.
Another day in the slammer.
Yeah, but Karen, unlike our customers, when our shifts end, we get to go home.
I don't think anyone would like this job.
It could be a lot worse.
And how's that, ma'am?
You could have no job. And don't forget, if the economy goes south, a lot of jobs go bye-bye. But in here, if the economy plummets, our customer count spikes big time. Some call it prisoner security. I call it job security.
And worse yet, it's Monday. Boy, I hate Mondays.
First off, don't call me boy. Second, why do you hate Mondays? You work a 4-day shift, Friday to Monday.
I've changed my mind. TGIM. Thank God it's Monday.
Third thought, why would anybody thank God for a day they gotta work?
You're right. I need to be more grateful for the things that I do have. I remember when I didn't have a job, and to top it off, I had a lazy husband. I need to change my thoughts. I need to be more grateful for my job and glad that my husband is no longer with me. I was glad to get this job, and once I realized that going to prison was better than hanging around with him, I realized that I didn't need him anymore.
And now you get to hang out with all the outlaws in here.
Honestly, it's better than hanging out with my old in-laws. But now I have a better husband. Oh, look at the time. Our customer should be here any minute. Is there anything we need to do to get things ready?
Nope, we just do the same thing every day.
Excuse me, ladies, we have a new guard starting today. I thought we should get her settled in before the convicts make their way out here.
Good morning, Mr. Meaner.
Pam, while at work, please call me Warden Meaner.
Yep. Misdemeanor is not the right name in this place. They're all felons here.
I just like to bug him. Sorry, Mr. Meaner. In here, I'll call you Warden Meaner.
Do you call him something else outside of work?
Well, we were at the bar last night.
Excuse me, ladies. This is Jill. Jill Ness. Miss Ness has just been hired and will be starting this wonderful job today.
How wonderful it is to feed and supervise these convicted felons. Oh, and then we get to try and stop them from doing stupid things. Doesn't work out well.
Just like my first marriage.
Miss Ness, this is Karen. Quarantine.
Oh, Karen, nice to meet you.
Likewise.
And this is Pam. Pam Demick.
Yeah,
Miss Ness, normally I would walk you through orientation and all the other important things, but since you're transferring from another correctional facility, you really shouldn't need a whole lot of orientation, so I'll let these ladies show you the ropes.
unfortunately, there are no ropes to show you. We haven't done any hangings here in over 20 years.
Well, that's nice to know.
Warden, why are all the new hires women? Don't you think it'd be helpful to have some male guards in here from time to time?
I think it's just fine that we're all women.
Pam, you want to work with different men? Aren't men like me good enough for you?
But Warden, we talked about this last night, don't you remember?
No, I don't remember anything. And I would highly suggest you don't remember it either.
She does have a good question, even though you just ordered her to forget it. Why are we only hiring women as guards now?
All right, same shtick, different day. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 states that all employers are not to discriminate based on gender. And as part of the U.S. government, we strictly adhere to this principle. And since we have more men here than women, we will be hiring women for the time being.
But choosing only women, isn't that discrimination?
No comment!
Karen, it is the federal government. There is no need to make sense or do what's right.
But
I would highly suggest you do your job and have no comment. We are not only uplifting women by having them work here, we are also uplifting the LGBT, AT&T, LMNOP community. Now, I must get back to my pressing business.
What level of Candy Crush are you on?
Level 121. Talk to you later.
it's Jill, correct?
Yes.
Welcome to the Absentia State Prison.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, welcome to purgatory.
So, do we need to go over the rules? Should we tell you what to expect in here?
Okay, it's hell. Expect fire and brimstone, and the devil's wolves will be in here pretty soon.
I think I'm okay for now. For the past 2 years, I've worked at the state prison near Tampa, but this is definitely going to be different. I've never worked with male prisoners before.
So, why did you want to come here, to the Devil's Workshop?
Well, I was told that the federal prison is a better place to work.
Oh my God, if that's true, there's a place worse than hell.
I also needed more money. I went through a divorce, and my husband turned out to be a bad guy and was sent to prison, the prison where I worked. And I wanted nothing to do with that. I just wanted to get away from him.
What was his name?
You may have heard of him. Peter File.
Peter File? How can you forget a name like that? What's he in jail for?
Well, duh, that's not hard to figure out.
Well, this job was actually, it was a, boost in salary too. So, and now I get to find out what it's like to live in a small town. And I think that I'm really gonna like it here in Absentania.
It's Absentia.
Me too. Small towns are a great place to raise a family.
I don't like my family. That's why I came here. I can say what I want, do what I want, and when I go home, there's no one to bug me. That's why I like it in Absentia. Looking
my new job and working with the both of you.
Well, here come the customers.
And the excitement comes to a crashing end.
Well, lucky here, boys. We got ourselves a new prison guard. Finally, a good-looking one.
You keep that up and you'll soon be in solitary confinement.
Hey, new guard, why don't you come on over here and let us check you out?
Yeah, we got some special things to show you.
You've already tried to show us your things, and believe me, they weren't special at all.
This is definitely going to be different than the county prison.
Miss, don't pay any attention to them. There's certainly nobody that you'd want to hang around with.
Nothing special to show. Well, how about this? Hit it!
What? Another song already?
Remember, this is a musical.
Hit it!
I like this. Walking through the party in the county jail. The prison band was there, they began to wail. The band was jumping and the drum began to swing. Should have heard the knocked out jailbird sing, let's rock. Woo! Let's rock, let's rock. Yeah! Everybody in the whole cell block will dance to the jailhouse rock. Dance to the jailhouse rock.
You can't sing that song.
What?
It's still under copyright protection. It shouldn't even be in the script. And it's against the law.
Like I care. What are you gonna do? Throw me in prison?
You could get a lot of solitary confinement.
Oh, like I would miss any of you. Well, I might miss some of you, but actually being alone in here is probably better than hanging out with you guys, and I could sing all I want.
It's a lot better when no one can hear you. But if you keep it up, I'm gonna have to get the warden.
Get the warden. That man is just nasty. Maybe one day he'll pay us a visit when no one is around. We can have some fun then.
Harassing the warden's always a good time.
Okay, everyone, come on over here and meet our new guard. Her name is Jillness.
Hello, my name is John Ripper. My friends call me Jack.
Jack Ripper? Why would you want to be called Jack Ripper? That makes you sound like a criminal.
That's an odd comment coming from someone who married a pedophile.
You'll get to know me soon enough. I'm not as bad as or as evil as the real Jack the Ripper.
You're pretty close. And by the way, we don't call any of these inmates by their first name.
Why not?
You'll figure that out soon enough. This one's called Ripper.
Jack Ripper.
Tell her what you're here for.
Grand larceny.
And how many?
I was convicted of 3, but I might have ripped off a bunch more people and made more money, but my attorney told me not to say any more than that.
If you made all that money, maybe we should call you Johnny Cash.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
You'll change that opinion shortly. Now you.
I'm Johnny Be Good, but that name doesn't really fit.
You think?
By the way, it's good. G-O-O-D-E. And since I'm the newest prisoner in here, you can just call me Johnny Come Lately.
Tell her what you're here for.
Murder. But there's only one person. At least that's all I was convicted of.
Hey, ladies, when you're around good, just make sure you watch your backside.
Don't worry, ladies. I'll be watching your backsides too.
You go next, Wayne.
Hello, my name is John Wayne. Not the Hollywood actor, and not the one who ends it with Gacy. I'm not either.
We just call this one Wayne.
And what are you in for, Wayne?
I was convicted of a drug charge, selling marijuana. But I've been in here for over 30 years.
But I thought that marijuana was legal now, and they were commuting all the pot-related sentences.
They are, but Wayne here is not very cooperative.
I just don't know how I would survive out there. They've tried to release me several times, but I've always asked a public defender to appeal all of those attempts. I couldn't make it out there.
Because you want to stay in here with your friends.
Friends? I wouldn't call them friends. They wouldn't be my first choice. They wouldn't even be my last choice.
I've never been so offended in my life.
Oh my gosh, nobody believes that.
But I suppose we do share a bond.
I have no bond with any of you.
I had a bond. Once I posted it, I was able to enjoy my freedom. Then they found me out and brought me back in here.
Okay. Maybe we don't share a bond. But we do have one thing in common. You tell him, Ripper.
You may wonder why my fellow inmates and I dress alike every day of the week. We have to make do with what we're limited to down at the prison boutique.
We got our pinstripe suits on, dressed in the nines, just doing our time. With our pinstripe suits on, we look just like the other guys. Just thought I'd mention, I like attention. That's why I always talk loud. I'm not gonna pretend I like blending in. I prefer to stand out in the crowd. With our pinstripe suits on, we're just another kind like the others. With our pinstripe suits on, they think they're all good-looking guys.
I blame my wife for making me a lifer. She pushed me over the fence. It's all her fault. I'm still locked in this vault. I swear it was self-defense.
With my pinstripe suit on, I'm just a kill, but I never will. With my pinstripe suit on, I'm a stand-up kind of guy.
With our pinstripe suits on, we're looking so smart, you can't tell us apart. With our pinstripe suits on, surely you must realize
We're a bunch of below average guys. Jill, this is the last prisoner in our area. John Lee, tell Officer Jill who you are.
Now, if you think we're bad,
I kind of do.
I really do.
After a day or two, you'll forget the kind of.
I was saying, if you think we're bad, you'll recognize his name right away. The man is wanted for so many crimes all over the world.
My name is John Doe.
See? Good's right.
John Doe, the John Doe, the mysterious man without a face, the one that's wanted for murders and robberies and lots of public urination.
No. My name is spelled D-O-U-G-H.
Oh, now I get it. I know why you don't call them by their first name. They're all Johns.
They're all dirty Johns.
I'm not dirty.
I am.
Tell her what you're here for, Doe.
I'm an innocent man
That is not what the jury said.
who was wrongly convicted of first-degree feline murder. For that, they gave me 30 years to life.
By any chance, was it a black cat?
I didn't do it.
That's what we all say.
Not me. I did my crimes.
All right, introductions are over. Let's get prepared for our day.
Well, I don't do anything any day, and I am so ready to continue.
Can you imagine if we actually had to do something to get ready?
That's why I like it in here. Life is easy.
what day it is. On this side of the bars, they're all the same.
Yeah, we should try to do something about that. What we need is a field trip. You know, like a team building project.
Yeah, one where we go out and help our neighbors.
Or what you need is go out and help yourself to your neighbor's stuff.
Friday is the day you get to have visitors.
I don't want to see nobody.
That's a double negative. Nobody wants to not see him neither.
Good point, good. Well, maybe not. But now that I think about it, nobody ever reaches out to see any of you anyway.
I might want to see my mom and dad.
Don't you want to see your wife?
No. The divorce is coming on soon. That woman is so evil. She's turned out to be a real...
Watch your language.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to offend any of us.
Yeah, good point. Go ahead, swear.
She's a real witch. She's disappeared and taken all of our money with her.
So you lost the whole $50 you had?
It was almost 500. So there. It's so hard when you marry somebody that you have faith in, somebody that you trust, and then they let you down.
Wives are always a problem.
It's not just wives who are the problems.
Ripper, how many wives have you had?
0, and I'm happy and blessed.
I'm sure the ones you might have married are feeling happy and blessed it didn't happen. Or at least they should.
I believe in marriage. After all, I've been divorced 4 times. I believe the best marriage would be between a blind wife and a deaf husband.
Well, I married Mrs. Wright. Just didn't realize until after the wedding that her first name was Always.
She couldn't have been always right. She married you, murderer.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to introduce you to our visitor. Actually, Father, why don't you introduce yourself?
Thank you. I am the new priest at Absentia Mission. I am Father John of Arc of the Bon Jovi Chapel.
Oh my God. Sorry, Father.
You are forgiven.
Not another John.
Exactly. How about we call you Ark? Or maybe Noah?
Please call me Father John.
Father John is here to discuss with anybody if they want to talk about their lives, their moralities, or their behaviors.
I'm sure that would include everyone here and for all 3 categories.
Excuse me?
Sorry, Jill, I meant our permanent residents.
Now that I think about it, it might include us too.
So, gentlemen,
It's been a while since I've been called that.
Attention, convicts. Go ahead, Jill.
is anyone interested in talking to Father John of Arc?
No, not interested.
Hell no.
Careful. You may end up there if you don't accept our Lord and ask forgiveness for your sins.
I'll take my chances.
No way, Papa John. Not gonna talk with a priest.
Interesting and unexpected answers.
Really? Every religious guy that comes in here gets the same response.
I might be interested.
Write this down. This will be the first time in several months that somebody wants to talk to a priest.
That's because no one's been here in several months.
Wonderful, and thank you, Lord. I would love to talk to you.
I still do not want to talk with you.
I'm still interested in talking to you. I've just learned that my wife has left and started a whole new life. I have a lot on my mind.
We might have a problem.
It is a problem. I have no idea what to do.
That's not the problem I was talking about. There's bingo down at the church in about 30 minutes, so we probably won't have time to get very far. But we can sit here and get started. The rest of you can stay if you want.
He's gonna confess. Nobody wants to hear that.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Take the rest of them with you. They are inmates. lest you forget. Now, what is your name?
I am John Doe.
You're John Doe? The John Doe? The man without a face? The man wanted for murders, robberies, and a lot of public urination?
No. My name is spelled D-O-U-G-H. I was wondering if you would help me with my problems with my wife and her behaviors. Can you help me?
Just so you know, I've never been married.
I had my suspicions. Though, Father, I've been having trouble with my life ever since that incident with the cat.
The one that you murdered? Oh, I read all about that.
I never murdered that cat. When I got home, I found her already attacked and severely injured on the porch. I called animal control, but by the time that they got there, she was already dead. And they were convinced that I had done the deed.
Didn't their investigation confirm your story?
They were convinced that I was the culprit, and I was taken immediately into custody. I relied on my wife to exonerate me, but she told the police that I had done the deed. She said I had too much to drink.
Are you an alcoholic, Mr. Doe?
I'm not an alcoholic, Father John.
That's good to know.
I'm merely a drunk. But Father, ever since that day, she's taken all of our money, and now she's filing for a divorce.
I am so sorry. Mr. Doe, you will need to rely on God to help you through these times. Shall I assume you are a religious man, since you asked for my assistance?
I am a religious man, Father.
Very good. Shall I assume Christian?
I am Christian, yes.
Now, what can I do? How can I help?
Father, I'm an indecent man. I mean innocent. I've been betrayed. How do I get past this wrong that has been done to me? That she can't hurt you anymore. Somehow she finds the only unlocked open door. You think it's finished, you think it's done, but it's not over, it's just begun. hopefully your advice can revive my trust in my life. Is there anything else that you can do to help me?
I'll have to think about it. But I should be going. Don't want to miss the bingo. They have great drinks. Hopefully, we'll see you there someday soon.
I hope so too.
Just stay true to your faith, as you are a religious man.
I am a religious man, Father, just as you.
Very good. Shall I assume Christian?
I am Christian.
Wonderful. If you follow the Christian doctrine, you know there's always hope.
Yes, I remember ever since I was in my religious school as a boy.
How fortunate to be raised amidst the faith.
Yes, as my teachers used to say, let your hopes, not your hurts, shape your future.
Yes, yes. How blessed to have learned that in your school. Your teachers must have been so inspirational.
Yes, I learned so much from my teachers and my minister.
Wait, your minister? Then you're not Catholic?
Well, no, Father, I'm Baptist.
Be gone, heretic! Prison guard Jill, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Father John, your advice was wonderful.
Just so you know, you shouldn't be listening to confessions. But we'll discuss that later. God bless you all, even the Baptist.
You heard everything I said, didn't you? Isn't that against the rules? I'm gonna have to alert my attorney.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. You know, Doe, I've dealt with a lot of prisoners, and every single one says that they're innocent.
Most of them are lying.
Exactly. But I think you're the first one that's actually telling the truth.
Well, I am telling the truth.
Doe, if what you're saying is true, I will do everything I can to get you out of this hellhole as soon as possible.
Thank you, Officer Jill. Officer Jill, unlike some of the other prison guards, especially Pam, I find that you have some qualities that I could really admire.
Thank you.
Yes, you're the kind of woman that I could like to meet once I get out of prison.
I'm flattered, I guess. But let's get one thing straight. As long as you are a prisoner behind these walls and I am a guard, this is where it ends. Is that clear?
Oh yes, Officer Jill. I just wanted you to know I think you're the very best guard here.
Stop.
Sorry. Just wanted to thank you for your interest in my case.
You're welcome. But if I find out that you had anything to do with that cat, you're going to end up in solitary.
Believe me, I've spent my time in solitary confinement. I do not want to go back.
And by the way, how did you end up in solitary?
Well, I maintained my innocence throughout the trial and the sentencing. The judge thought I had no remorse, and for that, he said I should spend the first 3 months in solitary confinement.
But you said you were there for 6 months.
Well, I swore at the judge when he issued the sentence.
Probably not a good move.
Yep, just for that, he added another 3 months of solitary.
You know, Doe, I will help you in any way I can. But right now, you really have to get back with the others.
Oh, yes, Officer Jill. But I want you to know I find you very attractive as well.
Stop. Hello, may I help you?
Oh, hello, officer. I'm the public attorney, Miss Fender.
Well, hello, Miss Bender. I am Officer Jill.
Hello, Officer Jill. And please call me Dee.
Hello, D. Fender. What brings you in today? Please let it be about my case.
Not this time, Mr. Doe. I'm here to see John Wayne. Officer Karen said she would bring him out.
No, you have to go back with Pam. Pam, Doe's coming through.
Here comes Wayne.
Oh, thank you for your help.
Before Wayne comes, I'd like to discuss something for you.
Oh?
I believe that John Doe is innocent.
Oh.
This might not be correct to say, but I've done some investigation on the motive and the evidence, and it's weak. I will do anything that I can legally to help. Can you please check into that?
Well, maybe.
Are you two done yet?
Yes. Yes, we are. Thank you, Officer Jill. John, please have a seat over here. I would like to discuss your case. Now, your sentence has expired, you know, again. And this is the last appeal that you have.
Then let's lose that last appeal.
I I don't think that's going to happen. The judge was pretty clear on that the last time. You need to get ready for your release.
But this is my home. I know there are downsides to living in prison, but there are some great upsides. No rent, free food, and I don't have to do much work.
Well, just prepare yourself. Well, you should contact your family, your friends. Let them know that you'll be joining them again shortly. Oh, it'll be a wonderful day for you. A day that you'll regain your freedom. You know, the world has changed quite a bit since you've been incarcerated.
It's changed. Now I really need to stay in here. Do I need to get myself a new attorney?
I am the only available public defender, and, well, believe me, you can't afford anyone else.
Well, I guess I'm getting exactly what I paid for.
Today, the truth will finally come out. Today I will be vindicated.
Yes, today is such a big day.
Just to be clear, today is not a big day for me.
Well, just to review a few things, I will make the case in front of the judge. You will be asked a few questions, so don't be too nervous. Just be open and honest. I am convinced that once this hearing is over, you will both be free.
Free? What do you mean by that exactly? Yeah, I'll be free to live on the street, free to beg for food. I don't know what I'll do when I get out of here. Hey, I got an idea. I'll tell the judge I'm going to join a gang. They wouldn't let me go then.
Wayne, no gang will take you. You're not mean enough. Or smart enough.
I hadn't thought of it like that, but you're right. Nobody wants me, and I'm not smart enough to fend for myself.
Now that you mention it, I'm not sure what I'm going to do either.
Hey, we could find a place to share. We could still be roommates.
No! I didn't even like you as a cellmate. Sorry.
Joe, now I know that your marriage is now over, but well, maybe you could reach out to your parents for some help.
My father will not help me. Neither will the rest of my family. Once I got convicted and the news story came out, they were convinced that I was that feline fanatic. And once the conviction went through, my father got so upset I don't think we could ever, set aside our differences.
Do you know what my father said when I was sent to prison?
Well, I'm sure he was very upset.
My first day in prison, my father came up to me and said, "Hello, son. It's so good to see you again."
Hey, I got a question. Why is everybody wearing a mask?
Maybe they're gonna give me a lobotomy.
That might be an improvement. But it's kind of creepy.
But you don't know about the corona epidemic?
I like a nice Corona beer with a twist of lime, and if there's an epidemic on beer, send it my way.
I heard a little about it, but I didn't think it was that serious.
Oh, it's serious.
If it's that serious, why aren't we wearing a mask?
Well, they make an exception for actors and politicians.
All rise. Hey, this is the courtroom. I said all rise.
Please be seated. My name is Justice Judith, but you can call me Judge Judy. Let's get started. Our first case is the prison term of Mr. John Wayne.
Yes, Your Honor. I am defender, and this is my client, Mr. Wade.
Oh, yes, I remember this case. It was only a few months ago. Wait a second. Do we not have a prosecutor for this hearing?
There she is, Your Honor.
Sorry I'm late, Your Honor, traffic. I'll be representing the state in this matter.
Welcome. Seeing that this is your first time in this courtroom, please introduce yourself.
Don't tell me your first name is John.
It's not John.
Thank God.
It's Linda. Linda Johnson.
Oh God, it is another John.
John, Ms. Johnson, have you reviewed the case here involving Mr. Wayne?
Yes, Your Honor. There's not really much to review. Looks like he served his sentence, so I can find no reason to object to his immediate release.
Very well. Given the information in front of the court, I now order that Mr. John...
Wait a minute, Your Honor.
John, wait, it's not a good idea to interrupt the judge. You'll be sorry.
But if I interrupt her and she sends me back to jail, I won't be sorry at all.
Don't worry. You'll soon be sorry enough.
But, Your Honor, I don't know what I'll do if I'm released. I have nowhere to go and I have no money.
I'm sure your attorney can point you in the right direction of a state official that can help you with that. You are hereby released.
But Your Honor, if I don't get any help, I may have to reconnect with my old friends. And they weren't the best of gang members. You may have met a few of them right here in your court or in a dark alley somewhere.
I would strongly suggest that you head in the right direction and do not stray at all. Stay in your lane, Wayne. Don't go outside the lines. It'd be a shame, Wayne, to waste your time and mine. Use your brain, Wayne. Don't make me say it twice. state versus John Doe. John Doe, the cat killer.
Yes, Your Honor, this is a pretty famous case.
Yes, he is the infamous cat killer. Now it makes sense why he received 9 life sentences.
On Friday, the 4th of February, 2014, that frenzied freak fingered a fork and filleted the friendly feline in front of 44 Fishmore Lane, Fort Myers, Florida.
Could you repeat that, please?
On Friday, the 4th of February, the frenzied freak fingered a fork and filleted the friendly feline in front of 44 Fishmore Lane, Fort Myers, Florida.
Thank you.
I am well aware of the details.
Oh, Miss Johnson. Well, could you repeat that again, please?
Sure. On Friday, the 4th
Silence, Ms. Johnson. I don't want the audience to have to go through that again. Ms. Fender, do you have anything to say?
Yes. Only that we have some new evidence. Some new evidence that will shed some light on this case, that will remove any suspicion that my client could actually have committed this brutal crime.
And what is that evidence, Ms. Fender?
Well, I have in my hands a report here that identifies the DNA found on the victim's body. And that DNA does not belong to Mr. Doe.
If that's the case, we need to bring the perpetrator to the court. We will need to bring justice for that poor, defenseless cat.
Well, Your Honor, the DNA found on the victim's body has been identified as canine.
So you're saying that the
Defender!
freak with the fork...
Please object. I don't want to go through her fanatical, frenzied, false facts.
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained. Now shut up. Go on, Ms. Fender.
But to sum it up, it was a dog that killed the cat. Mr. Doe had nothing to do with it.
Mr. Doe, given the new evidence, do you have anything to add?
Well, I maintained my innocence throughout the trial and the sentencing. But I see now that my wife used that to her advantage. But now, things have changed.
Mr. Doe, I strongly urge you to leave this behind you. There's nothing the court can do regarding your ex, and in any action you take against your ex-wife might get you into a more serious situation. Do you agree to let this go?
I do. Understood.
Any additional comments from the prosecution or the defense?
Nothing from me, Your Honor. The facts speak for themselves.
Your Honor, in light of this new evidence showing that the defendant was in fact not involved in the fatal feline frenzy, I ask that his conviction not be vacated and that he serve the remainder of his sentence.
And what supporting evidence do you have?
None. That's just what prosecutors always ask for. Besides, I get paid by the word.
Given the new evidence, it appears that the defendant is innocent of all charges. I thus rule that his conviction and sentence be vacated. You are free to go.